today's video is going to be a little bit different. As you can see, I'm not even ready to shoot a video just yet, but I wanted to shoot something a little bit more vlog style and take you behind the scenes of what I'm doing to fix up this room so that it can become my podcast studio. And today I have a really special resource that I'm super excited to share with you at the very end. So stick around till then to find out what it is. In today's vlog, not only are you going to get the behind the scenes and basically the gear list that I have that I purchased to build out the recording studio, but I'm going to show you the process that I go through every time I record a YouTube video. What even got me thinking about creating a podcasting studio in my apartment was that my good friend slash former business partner was visiting me last week here in the city, and we had actually recorded 8 episodes of her podcast, translating to a whole season of her podcast where I was the guest. And originally, we were looking for places in the city to record at. Now, there was no lack of actual recording studios. There were a lot of high quality, high end recording studios to choose from. But we wanted to be a little economical with our budget because we also wanted to get brand photos and have some fun while she was here. So I decided, what if I just get some equipment myself? What if I build out that second bedroom that I use to record my YouTube videos anyway? And then it really got me thinking, because of how much fun we actually had recording the episodes, that maybe what I want to do is start a podcast of my own. So the problem that I have in the room where I record my YouTube videos is that not only this room, but our entire apartment is basically made of concrete. So the walls are super thick. It's great for not worrying about how much noise we're making or worrying about noise that our neighbors are making, but it does make the space super echoey. So I've been using like an AI tool on Descript called Underlord to fix the sound. And I've been liking it so far. And I had the thought that now it's time for an upgrade. So here's what I'm doing. But first, if you're a professional sound engineer or a professional podcaster, then I welcome your advice in the comments section. I actually don't know exactly what I'm doing, but what I do know is that the echo is the only thing that really bothers me in the room. So the room doesn't need to be completely soundproof because it's quite easy to kind of get rid of the background noise. So what I'm trying to do is put things into the room that would absorb the echo. So I've purchased some acoustic paneling. I actually went ahead and laid down an area rug. The plants help quite a bit. I put some padding underneath my desk because the legs on my desk are made of metal and the top is solid wood. So I needed to make the desk less echoey. And you'll see the room when I give you more of an elaborate tour here in just a sec. But my thought was, let me dampen the echo, and that will make me sound way better without having to do so much AI sound editing. So this part of the process, obviously, is me getting ready to be on camera. Now, this used to be one of the most important parts to me for recording my YouTube videos or just social media videos in general. And now it's not as important. As you can see, there's some videos on my channel where I'm not wearing any makeup and my hair isn't coiffed like it is today. But I wanted to show you like maybe how much time it takes. Obviously, this is all sped up. But I do, whenever I regularly make a video, go through the process of getting myself ready. And then the next step that I do is I take my photos for my thumbnails. Now, I have a ton of photos that I can choose from. They're in a folder called gen portraits or self portraits. And I generally just choose one of those self portraits and use those to create the thumbnails for my video. For everyone and for me, the thumbnail is one of the most important parts of your YouTube video. It's essentially what attracts people to click on your video. So I always want to make sure that my thumbnail looks scroll stopping. And in general, because I'm talking about building a personal brand and building out your YouTube channel, what my philosophy is that people want to click on videos where they feel some sort of a connection. And for me, that generally means seeing a picture of a face. Now, that is not everyone's philosophy or strategy whatsoever, but this has been what has been working for me. So it could possibly work for you too. The camera that I'm using here is the Canon G7X Mark II. And right here, I'm taking a picture with the two microphones that I have used and am currently using. One is the Blue Yeti Nano. That's the one that I had been using, not necessarily for my YouTube videos, but for my Zoom calls and for recording podcasts. And I'd recently made the shift to using the Samsung Q2U microphone that is both USB and XLR capable to record the season of the podcast with my friend who was just visiting. The reason I switched to this microphone was that I knew I could use an interface and record with the two mics straight onto my computer. Okay. Now I'm going to show you my gear, and I'm not going to make my room super clean because this is just the state that it's in right now, because I started building out the space, but then I found out that the panels that I bought don't actually have some like a sticky side. So I have to go get command strips. Kind of annoying, but it's all going to be good. This first set of acoustic panels I had ordered from Amazon Mexico, and they actually came with a whole backside of them sticky. So we were able to put them on the wall right away. I had Amber help me to create a design, and we did leave a little bit of space between the panels, about 2 inches, I believe. And it's been working. However, I don't think this is going to be the final placement of these acoustic panels for me. I just think that maybe if the panels were touching, it would help dampen the sound a little bit more. Now, these are the new acoustic panels that I had gotten. They're also from Amazon Mexico. The name of the brand looks like Ekkogo, spelled Ekkogo. And although these look like they're high quality, they don't actually come with any sort of adhesive on the back. So I have just recently made the purchase, and I'm waiting for that double-sided tape to come in so that I could put them on the back wall behind me. Now, these are slightly bigger than the size of the ones that are already up on the wall, as you can see here. But what we're going to do with these panels on the wall behind me is make a pattern or some sort of design that kind of looks artistic, where the panels are touching. They'll be touching like side to side. And so that there won't be that little gap between these panels. And my intention is just to obviously help the sound, but I wanted to have like a specific look. So the colors that I chose for these panels match the colors of the plants and match the colors of the rug as well. Now, here is the Blue Yeti Nano microphone. This is the first microphone that I had used to record the previous podcast that I was on with my friend and to do my Zoom calls and trainings and everything like that. I didn't really use these or this microphone for my YouTube videos, but I wanted to show you just in case you were interested in using a really simple to plug in, really simple to use microphone. So I did really like this while I used it, but it was time for an upgrade. So I have recently moved on to the Samsung Q2U microphone. Here it is. As I said before, it is both USB-C and XLR compatible. I did also get an interface to use with this microphone when I'm using two microphones at the same time and I'm wanting the sound to go and be recorded into my laptop. So it comes with this stand, which is really convenient. It does sit on my desk right now. I wanted to get a arm, or I am going to get an arm for this microphone because I do prefer having an arm. That way there's more space available on my desk as I'm using this mic. And what I intend to use this microphone for going forward is my new podcast that I will be starting real soon. Now, here's the interface that I have gotten. It is called PreSonus Studio 24C. It does come also with a software membership for a year, but I haven't used that software and I don't actually intend to use the software that it comes with. Maybe sometime in the future, but it worked perfectly well with Squadcast, which is what I use to record our podcast together. Now, here you can see it allows for two microphones to be plugged in, some monitoring headphones as well, and you have all of these controls that you can see on the front of the interface. Here's the rug that I had put in, the area rug. It almost goes from wall to wall. Now the ground or the floor here inside of this studio space is just tile. Everything is very hard and echoey as far as surfaces go. And so this rug, just putting the rug in was super helpful. When I'm not recording at my desk, I actually use these phone tripods. They can hold like the Canon G7X Mark II, or they could hold your phone, or they could hold a light. So I really enjoy these. And as far as cameras go, this is still by far my favorite and most simple camera to use, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Pack. And I like to use the Ulanzi mini tripod to make the camera a bit taller on my desk. I am not a professional podcaster by any means. I did have a podcast back in 2021, and this podcast that I am going to start soon will be my very first own podcast, if that makes any sense, because the last podcast that I had was with my old business partner. We did about 50 episodes together. It's not live right now, and I don't know if we'll ever bring it live again, but I do have a season as a guest on her podcast coming up, and I will be making that its own playlist here on my channel. If you're curious, we are talking very candidly, very just openly about being entrepreneurs in the online space as digital nomads. So that's going to be posted soon, probably sometime in March. You might notice that I'm not actually using my usual mic that I use to record videos right now. What I'm using is the Samsung Q2U, and I've attached it to the DJI Pocket 3. And I don't actually know what this sounds like, so it could sound like garbage. Usually I have it hooked up straight into my laptop, and it's connected to Squadcast, which is what we've been using to record the podcast. So hopefully this sounds good. This is the new microphone that I got. I want it to be on a stand, but the stand that I was using for the Blue Yeti Nano, like the part that connects the Yeti Nano to the stand got stuck. So I'm not able to actually use that stand right now. So currently in the process of getting that built out, ordering the command strips, and getting that back wall built out as well. I am not willing to spend tons and tons and tons of money on this project. I do want this room to sound good. I think it's going to sound better when I have the acoustic panels on that wall. But if there was something that you spotted while I was taking you on the tour, let me know in the comments. I do plan on getting the Sony ZV-E10 this year. So not sure when that's going to happen, but that is that's the next piece of gear that I've got my eyes on. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of it. If you're somebody who's already podcasting and you got some tips and tricks for me, please leave it down below in the comments. And also, I wanted to invite you to my very first live workshop that I'll be co-hosting on March 4th at 7 p.m. And this workshop is for creators over 40 or aspiring creators over 40. And if you're somebody who's under 40 and you watch this channel, then you're invited too. Again, that's happening on March 4th at 7 p.m. The tickets are now on sale, and you can find the link down below. They are $27, and I am just looking forward to meeting you face to face and getting to answer your questions. In the workshop, we're going to be going over kind of like a 30,000-foot view of what it is to become a creator. We're going to talk about gear and strategy and how to just start getting comfortable on camera, answering all of your questions that you have about either starting a YouTube channel or just starting to build up your personal brand on social media.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
So again, jump down into the comment section if you are interested in that, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.